Money doesn't always buy happiness, but it buys presents. And when you finally save up to buy yourself that watch you always wanted, your first instinct is to put it somewhere safe. And you can never be too safe.
But we'll travel along, singing our song, side by side.
Code accepted.
Joe Biden's safe place has always been wherever the Corvette is. Remember, Joe thought his Corvette was so safe that he stashed classified documents next to it. But Joe, being a car guy, didn't like a lot of clutter in the garage. So he looked for the next safest place he could think of, Chinatown.
The documents were moved from the vice presidency to at least 3 different locations in a personal vehicle. And why they were in 3 different locations, we don't know. They weren't stored behind any lock. One of the locations was in Chinatown. Another location was in the Penn Biden Center, which might as well have been Chinatown by looking at where their money was coming from.
While everybody was talking about Trump getting arrested, we found out that Biden houses classified documents in Chinatown. Guess who Biden told to put his classified documents in Chinatown? Hunter's old assistant, Kathy Chung, who now just flipped on the big guy. So unless Joe kept his Corvette in Chinatown, we really hope they were safe in Chinatown. I mean, there wouldn't be any spies in Chinatown, right? Don't worry, Nancy said it was safe.
To say to everyone, we should come to Chinatown. Precautions have been taken by our city. We know that there's a concern about tourism traveling all throughout the world, but we think it's very safe to be in Chinatown.
Well, we looked at the map, and it looks like Biden put his classified documents next to a Chinese buffet. Excuse me, are you all out of General Tso's chicken? I'm only seeing General Millie's nuke codes on the menu. You know what? I'll just have the Peking Docks. Biden's just been caught transporting our top secrets all over the place. Boxes of documents went from the White House to the UPenn Biden Center to Chinatown, which we're now just finding out about, to Delaware, to Boston. Was Hunter driving him around with his Fang Jackie Bao riding shot? Hey, Dad, it's Hunter. So China Moon Buffet's fridge is full. But don't worry. Jackie found us some room at the super safe and totally not a scam storage unit LLC across the street. I mean, we thought the garage was bad, but Joe managed to outdo himself, didn't he? Isn't there a word for this?
When you saw the photograph of the top secret documents laid out on the floor at Mar-a-Lago, what did you think to yourself, looking at that image?
How that could possibly happen. How anyone could be that irresponsible.
Irresponsible, huh? I'm pretty sure stuffing your classified documents in Chinatown is more irresponsible than locking them in a basement of Mar-a-Lago with armed guards at the door. But didn't the media tell us comparing Biden to Trump was apples to oranges?
Joe Biden's team, his lawyers, did exactly what you do in this situation. This has no relation, no similarity to what Donald Trump did playing games out in Mar-a-Lago.
We all know that Trump is a liar and a thief, you know? We know that. So it's not that big a jump to say that he obstructed and he lied. We don't think that Biden is a liar and a thief, so we give him the benefit of the doubt.
You're comparing apples to oranges.
Well, I hate to break it to the ladies of the View, but Joe did do it much worse, and he knew what he was doing. Listen.
We never would have found out about this in March of 2023 if someone hadn't leaked it to the press that Biden was mishandling classified documents. So the White House then came back and said, yeah, that happened in November, December of 2022. She just testified under oath that it happened in May of 2022. So there are more questions today than we've ever had.
So Biden was moving boxes in May of last year, 4 months before he signed off on the Mar-a-Lago raid, which means Biden ordered the Trump raid knowing he had documents spread eagle all over Chinatown, plus his unlocked garage. Not only was he not cooperating by not turning him over, but he had his lawyers and his assistants running around town to bury them before the midterms. That's obstruction. That's intent. Now, if that's something that you do when there's no there, listen,
People know I take classified documents and classified information seriously. The best of my knowledge, the kinds of things they picked up are things that from 1974 and stray papers. There's nothing there. I have no regrets. I'm following what the lawyers have told me they want me to do. It's exactly what we're doing. There's no there.
It feels like there's there everywhere, Joey. You knew it, your lawyers knew it, and that's why you tried to keep this whole thing under wraps and had Kathy Chung do the dirty work, who, by the way, wasn't working for Joe at the time. Kathy Chung works for the Pentagon. You ready? Why is someone named Kathy Chung, who works for the Defense Department, moving Joe Biden's classified documents to Chinatown? The same month the Chinese were wiring the Bidens $1 million. Was this a deal? Was this an op? Biden wanted us to think it was a Trump obstruction situation, and then tried to make it look consensual when the Fed showed up in Delaware. If Joe knew he stole top secret documents in May, how do we know he didn't shred it? How do we know he didn't dunk the docs in a Chinese deep fryer? I mean, the feds were too busy zeroing in on Trump at the time. You think they kept an eye on Biden's chimney? Sources tell Primetime they saw smoke coming out of Biden's chimney in Delaware weeks before the feds arrived. Biden's playing dirty, real dirty. First, he raids Trump's house when he knew his house wasn't in order. And then he handpicks a goon to work for Bragg, and suddenly Bragg finds a crime. So we just caught Biden ordering 2 illegal hits on his next opponent, fingerprints all over it, deflecting from his own scandals, from the documents in Chinatown to his family's $1 million China wires. So is anybody going to catch Joe?
Forget it, Jake. It's Chinatown.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.